And we are back again. I tell you, it has been a minute since I've done a live. Okay, especially now on my PHONE. It is absolutely fabulous to do a live on your phone. I've been waiting a long time to do this. And I tell you, it's absolutely great. How are you all doing today? If you're not outside getting some sun today, shame on you. You should be getting some SUN on your FACE, especially during this live. And I want to thank everyone that's tuning in right now. Now, today's live is about sexual predators. And I'm going to make it a quick live. Sexual predators. We're going to start with the Catholic Church. Look at what all of the archdioceses have been going through with sexual predators. How many altar boys have they changed to, sugar booties? Why? Because you trusted a teacher. You trusted a religious teacher, not a school teacher, even though they got cases too. But religious leaders, bishops, ministers, yeah, not only the Catholic Church, but Baptist Church. You got Baptist gay preachers that's sleeping with men in church when it specifically tells you in the book of Leviticus, don't do that. But they're men of God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, as I was researching further, if you go into the Torah, you would find some like child molestation going on there, because according to the Torah, they can start, messing around with the little kids at 2 and 3 years old. They can't refute that. That is actual facts in their own book. You can't refute that. It is in your own book. And the Catholic priest, they can't deny it either. They can't. Many at one time had talked about Elijah Muhammad and how he had all of these wives and young girls in the Nation of Islam, which made Malcolm expose him. Now, you have those who fight the issue and say, well, these girls were 16 years old, and at that time, there was no law specifying the age of these girls whom they were having sexual relations with. And I can say this from a personal point of view because my grandmother got married to my grandfather at 15 years old. I'm going to say that again. My grandmother got married to my grandfather at 15 years old, but she had her mother's permission to do so. I'm just saying. What do you think? Other teachers like Malachi York. Malachi York, the spaceman. Who did what? He got 135 years. 135 years for messing with kids. And some of them was his own kids. But these are the people that you entrust your mind to. Another religious leader, a pseudo-religious leader. Elijah Muhammad was a religious leader. I can't spew bad on that because of the law. And my grandfather and my grandmother. But he didn't get charged for nothing. He didn't get charged with anything. Everybody that's out there, that's in the live, I want to thank you for being there. I can't read what you're saying because the sun is directly in my vision. But I see you out there, and I want to say thank you for viewing the show. And Polite, who also comes from the Nuwabian nation, another pseudo-religion, the same pseudo-religion as Malachi York, just got 7 years in a Florida prison because he wanted to brush his girlfriend's teeth with his cock. Yeah, and filled it full of drugs and alcohol. Could have killed the 14-year-old girl while he was brushing her teeth with his cock. Unbelievable. You got the mama. You got the mama, and you go for the baby? Another victim to the what? Of lust. Exactly. I'm just saying. Afrikka Bambatta, a member of the Nuwabian Nation and Zulu Nation, all stem from Malachi York, another pedophile. And he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you can go on my other channel, the MOPOWERZ, Mo Powers on YouTube, and see where I talked about Afrikka Bambatta in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hassan Campbell, the big YouTuber, says that Afrikka Bambatta just continuously went up inside his booty hole. No, you kept going back for him to go up inside your booty hole. You making yourself look like the victim when you kept going back to be victimized. How can you be a victim when you consciously knowing that this is going to happen when you go? All the time you hear Hassan Campbell talk about Afrikka Bambatta, Afrikka Bambatta, Afrikka Bambatta, and how he was molested. You kept going back. You didn't tell your daddy. You didn't tell your mother. You didn't tell the police. None of you who got raped by Afrikka Bambatta, none of you went and told the police until you got grown men. And now he's still walking the streets. Hassan Campbell, you say you've been to joint 3 times or whatever, 2 times for murders, and you beat murder cases, but you ain't murdered Afrikka Bambatta yet? All of those victims ain't murdered Afrikka Bambatta yet and got off? I'm just saying. Are you really the victim? If you keep going back to get your booty hole penetrated, are you really the victim? He didn't come to your house and do it. You kept going to where he was at for it to happen. Unlike Polite and the 14-year-old girl, she trusted him. Her mama trusted him. Malachi York and his wives and all of those children that he had trusted him. Religious leaders, from the priest, the father, Catholicism, Elijah Muhammad, Malachi York, Afrikka Bambatta, Polite, hell, even my guy Rashad Jamal, caught up, you know what I'm saying? Caught up, according to what he got served in the court, child abuse and child molesting of his own child from his ex-girlfriend or his ex-wife, ex-lady, whatever. It's still his kid while he was living with another wife and had more kids by her, but no reports was done about that. Now, I understand that people get set up sometimes. You know, we understand that. People who are starting a conscious movement or whatever, and they get a little movement, or they begin to tell some truth, and they begin to expose the government and all of that stuff. We understand that charges be brought to people against people like that. We got that. Own child, come on. I'm just saying. It's outrageous out here. You got school teachers out here. Another form of teaching, an educator, public school teachers are doing what? Molesting your child when they go to class. Stop me when I'm lying. Hell, you've had female students go to jail, prison. You've had male teachers and male female teachers have went to jail for having sex with their students. Now, it happened back in my day too, but not like it is today. Not like it is today. But however, if you were a student, if you were a high school student and you had a crush on your high school teacher, would you bang that? Would you report it as a molestation? Especially if you look like me. I'm telling you, I had a crush on one of those teachers, I wouldn't have reported it, okay? I would have let it kept on happening. I ain't gonna lie. And who else we got on the list for child molestation and sexual predators and child abusers? Prince York, Malachi York's son, Ramsey Richardson, 2017, March of 2017, child abuse. Was living with a woman who had a 5-year-old son. Wasn't his, but he abused the boy. Okay? Abused the boy. Locked him in the bathroom overnight for hours and nights. Burned his hands with hot water. Beat him till there was whips left all over his body. And then they say he was burned. I don't know, like, was it burned through flame or burned through steam? Because you already told me that he got burned through hot water. How can you burn a child's hand through hot water? It seems to me all of these religious leaders have a problem with abusing children. All of them. And school teachers. Religious leaders, school teachers, pseudo-religion, they all teachers. But I tell you, have to be careful who you're around. You even have your boyfriend. Your boy, single mothers out there, you got a man that's out there and you got a daughter, okay? You be careful of how you have him around your daughter, okay? If you got a son and if the guy shows some signs of feminism versus masculinity, you may want to watch your son. Males ain't too much worried about the females because most males don't have custody of their child, especially if you look like me. I'm just saying. Leave your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you all for viewing this LIVE. It feels magnificent to go on live from your FOPOPHONE. Hey, you all, thanks for viewing. I want to tip my hat to you for viewing this live and never ever give up on your dreams. Remember, black on black crime is a felony. And if you haven't done so already, press that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new videos that I upload on YouTube. Also, press those condiments to like and to share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation on how not to release your child to sexual child predators and abusers. Thanks for viewing, you all. Peace out. I got to figure out how to cut this live off, okay?